Hi, my name is Ashley King, and today I will be giving a instructional video of how I will go about teaching a beginner's violin lesson. First, I would like to go ahead and introduce the parts of the violin. This is your standard student violin, here. I'm gonna start up the top here. This is the scroll. Is at the top of the violin. These four black tuner are the pegs. These are tuning pegs. You can make your instrument tighter or you can loosen it up. Also helps when it comes to tuning your instrument. This is the neck of the violin. This is the neck. Also, let's go down to the body. This is the body of the violin. And these holes here, we call those the F hole. And it's for the sound of the violin. It helps with the sound, keeping it rich and vibrant. This right here is the chin rest. This is where you will rest your chin on, like so. The chin rest. Right here is the bridge. This is where the strings lay on the bridge. Now with the bridge, see if you can see it. If you look at it from the bottom, the two high points here, you want to make sure it's straight because the bridge can sometimes collapse and that's not good. So we want to make sure it's straight and look at it from the side, make sure it's not leaning. This is the bridge. Down here are tuners. I have 4 tuners. This is the beginner's violin. So all 4 tuners should be on. There are violins that may only have one, and that normally is the E string. This is the tail pin, and the tail pin connects down here at the end. This will be your end piece here. Now, those are the parts of the violin. We'll go over it one more time a little faster. You have the scroll. You have your tuning pegs, the neck. Also, I'm sorry, I forgot the black piece that's on the neck. That's your fingerboard. So, again, you have your scroll, your pegs, the neck, your fingerboard, which is the black piece that's onto the neck. You have the body. You have your F hole, your bridge, your tuners, the tail piece, the tail end, and the chin rest here. Now, let's get to know the strings. Right here is the thickest string, and it's the G string. The G string is the thickest string on the violin. The second one next to it is the D string. The next one to that is the A string. And finally, you have the thinnest string of the violin, and that's your E string. So it'll give off the sharpest sound. Let's do that again. Your thickest string here is the G string. The one next to it is the D string. The next one is the A string. And finally, the thinnest string for the violin is the E string. And all of these are tuned up, rolled up inside the pegs. I can tune here, and I can also fine tune it down here with the tuners. So now you know the parts of the violin. I've also went over the strings of the violin. Now let's talk about tuning. Right here, I have a tuner, very small, that I can attach to the violin and I can tune with it. But let me show you a couple of apps, well, one of the apps that I really like, and we can start tuning. And also, not only that, I'm going to show you the app that I like to use and also the website that I use to tune each of the instruments. So let's do that. Right now, we're going to pull up. Here we go. Let's go with the tuning app here. Right here, you see Mastered Violin Tuner. That's the app that I really like to use for my device. So, you know, if I don't have my tuner here, or I don't have I normally keep a couple with me. If I don't have those and I don't have time, I can pull out my phone and I can pull up the Master Violin Tuner. But today we will be tuning with the 8note.com tuning device. So let me pull this up so you can see and also see the website name. So I love to start with the thickest string, which we already talked about is the G string. So let's hear the G sound and then we can tune it from there. Now I'm going to start tuning from the bottom at the fine tuners here. I'm going to play that sound again. So I'm pretty much there already. And you keep tuning until you get that sound. The next is the D string. Load up here, and I can go down. That's the E sound there. I can tune to that. Next is the A string. So I can hear that. And I can tune down there, and I can also come up here and twist it. All right. Now we're going to go to the E. Remember, the E is the highest pitch. So yeah, now we're perfectly in tune. Now, the next thing that I will do, now that we know that we're in tune, we know the parts of the instrument, we know the names of the strings. I will not mess with the bow with the first lesson. That'll be part of a second lesson. Right now, all we're dealing with is the violin. So right now, I'm going to show you the app that I use for a metronome. I like the Metronome Beats app. You can find it on the Google Play. I have a Android, but of course it's on the iPhone app as well. You can find it. But today, if you actually, here's my tuner. I mean my metronome here. This is the one I carry with me. It's small and compact, so I can keep it all together. But today we will just use the Google search metronome. And I'm going to start on 50 per minute. And what I'm going to do is play the open strings, and I'm going to do it in whole notes. Whole notes get 4 beats. So every beat per minute, it'll be 50. And I'm going to do a whole note, and I'm going to hold that note for 4 beats. Here we go. Right now, I won't even worry about putting it on me. I can start right here on my knee. Hear it? Play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to move on to the next screen, which is the D. Whole notes again. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Move on to the next one. 1, 2. That's A. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Move on to the E. 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do half notes. 2 beats per note. 1, 2, 1, 2. Next. 1, 2, 1, 2. Next. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's put it on our neck here, on our chin rest. Now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's good. So now you know how to play the open strings. We started with G, went to D, went to A, went to E. We tuned our instruments, and you learned the parts of the instrument as well. Along with this lesson, I will give my students a handout of the parts of the instrument, something that they can keep with them and start getting it memorized. Also, keep those note sounds in your ear. As you notice, I really didn't have to do much tuning because that note stays in my ear so much that it's comes second nature. But as you learn, as you open your ears and you study, you become a great violinist. This is the beginning lesson that I would teach a student. I'm not a in-classroom teacher, but I do teach from time to time students violin, and this is the first lesson that I will give them. The next one, I will involve the bow, and we can start building on what things that we have already learned. I hope you really enjoyed my video. Again, my name is Ashley King, and this is the beginning lesson for orchestra students. Thank you.